Hi guys, it's me Atlas, and you're joining me on a special interest piece with the most amazing and most incredible person on the planet that I certainly know. And I know that after this session and after this conversation and this chat, you guys are going to feel just as strongly and just as powerfully as I feel about her with her story. I'd like to introduce you to my amazing, most incredible friend and superhero, Plax.
Aw, thank you. You're going to make me cry before you even start.
Thank you so much for sitting down with me.
No, thank you. So my name is Plax with Plax for short. I am 36 and I am an attorney. I don't even know how to answer that question.
You are very accomplished.
Yeah.
And being accomplished isn't something that happens overnight, so you know the grind.
Yeah.
Better than anyone.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So in today's video, we're going to be talking about something super sensitive. We're going to be talking about cancer. And that's an unusual conversation to have as two young women, because we should be talking about partying and life and travel and men
and makeup
like, you know, stuff like that. But we're going to be talking about this.
Yeah.
And this is rough.
Yes.
So to launch into it, I need you to contextualize the C word.
The C word, the cancer word.
In your life.
Okay, so last year, May, realized I had a little bump on my, above my left breast. So what I did is, I tried to ignore it for a while, but something kept nagging me about it. And I was like, something is not right. I think I just knew. One of my closest friends, she had a big party that we were planning. So after, and I didn't want to I wanted us to have fun at that party and have a great time. And I didn't want to be a downer. So after the party, when we were having lunch, I then told her, hey, I have a little lump. And I just started crying automatically. But I mean, I didn't know what it was, I didn't know what was happening, but the fact that I was so emotional about it, kind of made me thought something must be wrong. I had a gynae appointment meeting anyway, so she came with me. That very day, we went down and I got an ultrasound or sonar, and that came clear. I did a mammogram as well, that also was clear. So I was like, yeah, good, let's go. And then she was like, we're here. Let's see what this is. Let's just carry on. Because the radiologist had said maybe let's do a biopsy. So I was like, yeah, but 2 tests have come back clear, why should I carry on? Did the biopsy. 5 days later, I get the results and I am told I have cancer.
Most of us would have stopped after the first test that said, hey, you're clear.
Yeah, but
so the fact that you did 2 and then there was a third one.
Yeah. It's strange because after the first one, I would have been like, yeah, okay. But then my friend said to me, listen, it's something. You need to find out what it is. Whether it's a lump, whether it's not a lump, whether she could it's something. That's why she kept pushing me to it. I'm so glad she did, actually.
So you go for the tests, multiple tests at this stage. 2 of the 3 come back clear. The third one is obviously the big announcement. And then your treatment begins. So
I had a few more tests, obviously to see if it's spread. Let's do it. Let's get it done.
Wow.
I want this thing out of me. Yeah, did the first op. It was fine. They also take out lymph nodes underneath your armpit. They took out 3. The reason why they take out the lymph nodes is to determine whether your treatment course. So if your lymph nodes are also reactive, that means that you have to have chemo. But if they're not reactive, you can get away with radiation or lesser forms of treatment. Out of the 3 lymph nodes, I think 3 is my lucky number or unlucky number. But 2 were fine, but 1 had a, microcell, what do we call it? So which meant that my treatment would include chemo as well. And then I was referred to an oncologist. I went to see her. We immediately clicked. She was real, but also she was human, and she didn't hold anything back. So she gave me the facts as things were as they were. I asked questions. Obviously, I was emotional. And it ended up being 6 rounds of chemo, so 1 every 3 weeks. The first round was tough. It was really you just don't feel like yourself, you've got no appetite. I think I must have lost I've gained it back all now, but I must have lost 6-7 kgs after the first round, because I just didn't eat. while I was doing chemo, I also started another treatment called Herceptin. That being because I'm also HER2 positive, so which means I have excess levels of estrogen in my system, my blood, my body. Breast cancer feeds on excess estrogen.
Wow.
So the Herceptin is to kind of like almost normalize your estrogen levels. So I did chemo, I did Herceptin. Halfway through, I think maybe 3 or 4 chemo sessions in, I was having a checkup, and my oncologist spotted another lump. I had to get that biopsied as well, and then it turned out that, oh, guess what? Cancer again. And I was like, how is this possible? I had the first operation, I had chemo, I've almost like started processing what I'm going through. How do I, oh, why must I have to go through this again? So I remember I shut down again that day, and I was like, actually, nope. I've had my 1-day pity party. What's the next step? So it's scheduled another operation. So what we did is we said that we'd finish my chemo schedule, which I did. Then straight after that, or when I was strong enough, I was then had my second operation.
Wow.
But the great thing is that when after they took out the skin lump, it got tested again, and then it tested negative. So which meant that the chemo had done its job.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
Then started radiation. I was 7 weeks of radiation every weekday. That's a long time. Strangely enough, I found radiation more taxing on me emotionally. This was that repetitive every day. And I suppose you're just lying there on this bed with like UV lights. So currently now I'm on hormone blockers, again the whole estrogen thing. So that's a pill every day for the next 5 years, and an injection once a month for the next 5 years. With the hormone blockers is that it also affects your mood, so it's anxiety, depression, etc., etc. So I found that I wasn't being myself. My friends also could see a change in my mood and stuff. So I then opted to go on light dose of antidepressants. But initially, like, okay, I've had cancer, I've had this, now I must go on antidepressants.
Yes.
But also, I think it's just a lack of knowledge. People always assume the worst when they hear antidepressants. The same way they hear the word cancer, like, oh my God, cancer, antidepressants, you must be crazy. It's not about that, it's all chemical stuff. So I also kind of had to shift my way of thinking. And I feel great.
Before we carry on, are you a cancer survivor?
Well, I'm in remission. So yes, absolutely.
Wow.
Whoa.
This is it, and that's big, because that's, you know, the whole time while you're relating the story, well, your journey, not the story. See, I've got to get my language around this right. It's not a story. A story is a fictitious thing that sits somewhere far away, and it's, you know, depending on whether you need a scare or a good time, you're going to pull out the novel, you know, and that's not what this is. This is your life. It's like a whole person going through a thing. So being with you on the journey, I started to think about a series of things.
Yeah.
And I want to talk to you about those things. And so here you are, you're this woman in the world who's a cancer survivor. You weren't always a cancer survivor. You were someone with cancer going through a very real journey.
Yeah.
Let's talk about dating and cancer. Could you do it? Is it wise? Would you recommend it?
It's hard. Okay. Because first of all, like, cancer changes your appearance completely. You know, your hair falls out, your nails become brittle, like, I mean, you're throwing up, sorry, lack of a better word. You are weight loss, but also pigmentation. Like, my hands were like really, really dark. I mean, they're still not back to with the normal color. I mean, you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, you've lost all this weight. You've lost all this hair. You've done whatever. Like, who would find you attractive? So already you're operating at low self-esteem. You're not sure of yourself, and if you're not happy with yourself, but you're not in a place that's comfortable or in a place that you know.
Wow.
So you're like, okay, if I can see the big difference and I'm being shallow in my appearance, who's gonna walk past and be like, hey, she's hot, or she's attractive, and even if you do date during cancer, when you're struggling with cancer, you almost kind of feel like it's too much for your partner. I mean, for example, if you've been married for like 30 years and then you're diagnosed with cancer, I think you've already built a foundation, right? But if you're trying to enter into a relationship with cancer, still, you know, the focus is cancer, right? Whether you like it or not.
Whether you like it or not.
I don't know how strong I was. Can I ask someone else to be as strong with me or for me?
So how do you have the conversation with someone you've just started dating? How soon is too soon?
I would rather, you know, maybe not like, you know, hi, I'm Plax, I have cancer. Maybe not that direct, but I think soon is important.
That's good.
Just to be, you know, all cards on the table. If you can do it, you can. If you can't, you can't. There's no hard feelings.
Would you recommend dating? Going through? I mean, I know this is a rough one now because it's different for different people, but
I do think I think at any stage of your life you still want to have a significant other.
So life doesn't stop basically,
No.
even through cancer. I'm just going to throw out a scenario.
Yeah.
So you're dating someone and you met him through treatment and you guys get together and give this thing a shot, because that's really all it is.
Yeah.
You're giving a thing a shot,
Yeah.
and maybe your partner gets to a stage where he or she realizes this is not
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
How brutal is that honesty if they came up, I mean, understanding that you're in the middle of
Yeah.
something and then coming and just dealing with it head on, this isn't working, thanks, but no thanks, maybe not as mean as that. Temper it with something. But like, you know, now they've got to terminate this thing. What's your preference on this? Now, how do you do something? Like, do you want them to just be these straight shooters that speak the
I think
truth?
so. I
and-
think so because maybe sounds so cliche, but you're almost expecting bad news when you get cancer, or you're almost expecting things to go wrong, right? So I would prefer a straight shooter. I would prefer someone to say, hey, listen, we've tried. Whether it's maybe it's not even the cancer, maybe we just not working out, whatever it is.
Yeah.
We've tried and it's not working, and you know, I wish the best for you, etc. What's is not great is for people to just like almost slide away and just be like, I mean, it's easier for them, but I think it's so much harder on the person because.
Wow.
But this not only even I feel this in any sort of relationship. Like it doesn't have to be because I have cancer that you must treat people well. I think that in any relationship, if you're not into it anymore, then just say and move on. Because just walking away leaves questions. What do I do? Is it the cancer? Is it this? It may not be, right? But if you don't say it, then I'm thinking, oh, okay, it's because of the cancer.
It's because of the cancer.
Yeah.
My next question, and this is something I admired from well, it wasn't that far. I was like sitting next to
Holding my hand.
yeah, there we go, in the treatment room. But thinking about this, so you're a career woman, you're an attorney,
Yes.
and that's not an easy one.
No.
Where did you study?
UCT.
How many years did you study?
5. I did a BA law.
Okay, so it's a journey. It's a
Yes.
journey, and you're accomplished.
Yes.
But I'm watching you in this treatment room. I'm watching these ginormous injections come for you. They ginormous, and they're coming at you. But I remember at one stage thinking, because you've got these treatments and you've got to go back and back some more, and then each time we'd go back, there would be a new thing to go and do, a new room to go into, another person to see, another. It's the list goes on and on and on, and I'm watching you endure these things. But at some stage, I was like, wait, she's a career woman. How is she doing this with a full-time job?
Yeah.
So cancer and career.
Yeah, my career is very important to me, as you know. I remember after my first operation, I told my boss then, I said to him, listen, I'm having an operation on Wednesday, but I'll be back in the office within a week. Yeah, sure, Plax. In my mind, I thought I could go back to work within a week. Obviously, I couldn't, and literally all my team had to stop sending me emails. My boss told anyone that I was working with, do not send any emails. I know she'll check and she'll work. We don't want her to work. We want her to relax. Well, not relax, but we want her to recover. So now I would be like, why is no one emailing me? They think that I can't do this job.
God.
I'm
Oh
just-
my God.
She actually insisted and said to me, after the first operation, do not come back to work before 2 weeks or whatever period he gave me. And if you do, whatever the repercussion was, I'm like, initially I'm like, I'm responsible enough, I'm mature enough, I can look after myself. But I obviously clearly wasn't looking after myself. So he had to literally be like, I loved him for it. He was like, do not come back to work. And there's, need to be at work, I need to do this, I need to do this. I mean, the first day after chemo, I went to work.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't survive the whole day.
But the fact that you were back in the office.
I was like, and they were like, are you mad? And I was like, this is my job. They didn't expect it from me, but I kept saying, I don't want people to think that I'm a lesser, professional than I was.
Yeah.
Or I don't want people to think, oh, she has cancer, she can't do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I felt I needed to be strong and for them to see that I was strong. But, I think I was very lucky. I am very lucky still. So.
You know what, I think about myself in the world, and I think about who I am, and I can relate so much with what you've just said, because we're not expecting anyone to give us a break. That's what it feels like. Yeah. Like, what's the odds?
Yeah, true.
What are the chances? Because I don't know the corporate world to be that way. I find it very unforgiving at the best of times. So now you're a woman with cancer. And I think, to me, I'm sitting there going, I know she doesn't have the time for this.
Me too.
Literally.
I'll be rushing my doctor and be like, are we done? Are we done?
Yeah, like, come on.
I need to go back to work. And they're like, there was something kind of relax. We're treating you for cancer.
We're treating you for cancer.
Your job can wait another hour.
And I've got to give it up to the firm that you work for. It's not a comfortable thing to think about.
Yeah.
You're a firm. You're competing in the world. Yeah. You're not something that started in someone's backyard. Yeah. You're out there with a real personality, a real presence in the world. Yeah. And now you've got to come down to earth and get onto the ground and go, one of the cogs that make this thing move needs me to think about her differently, and they did.
Yeah, they did. They really did.
And that's amazing.
They really did.
You're amazing. I want to talk to you now about action.
Yes.
Because you didn't just leave it there. You could have gone for the treatments and then lived through your treatments and great. Yeah. And then survived it and then came back and got right back into your career and doing your career. But you didn't just stop there.
Yeah.
You start up this amazing initiative called Pink Power.
Yes.
Now tell us about Pink Power.
Yeah. So while I was going through treatment, I was shocked at how expensive it was. And I was barely affording it. I honestly could not afford it. Yeah. Like my friends and my family and everyone else had contributed. I'm very grateful. But I was just like, you can't be poor and have cancer.
Wow.
That's what I was thinking. You really can't. And it's like
that hit me different. Like, I felt that differently, right?
And I was like, okay, so I have the support network. People are helping me. What about the average woman on the street that gets diagnosed with breast cancer? And especially if it's early on and if it's treatable, should it be a death sentence? And I was like, it shouldn't. It really shouldn't.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, so what can I do as Plax? I want to look back 5-10 years from now and be like, okay, I went through this, but the reason was because of ABCD or because I found my purpose in ABCD. The thing is that exercise is one of the only things that's scientifically proven to offset some of the side effects of cancer treatment. Sometimes I would be useless and it would just be weights that day, but because of the endorphins, even if it was just 30 minutes of weights, I feel so much better.
Wow.
I wanted to use exercise and I wanted to find a way to raise money for my for treatment. Decided to do a fitness day last year called Pink Power, and I think we planned this in between 3 to 4 weeks, probably more closer to 3 weeks. So everything was pressure. So yeah, I'm still in treatment, still working, and now I have this plan and events. I'm like, who do you think you are? But I was so touched by how everyone rallied around Pink Power. We got a venue, a beautiful venue. Got sponsors. So I called all my friends and connections. I'm like, guys, we can make this happen. I think last year we had 89 participants.
Wow.
I think. or close to. But anyway, we raised about 46,000.
That's amazing.
No, 46,000 rand. Yeah, we had a beneficiary. I mean, her story, like, every time I think about it, it like breaks my heart. She had cancer or breast cancer maybe 3 years prior to last year, and she couldn't continue with the Herceptin treatment that I told you about. So she stopped it. She couldn't afford it. And then last year she was diagnosed again with spinal cancer. I then asked my pathologist, like, anyone that's struggling to pay, etc., or that needs, assistance with paying. So I met her. But at that point in time, she was obviously, like, again, whiny, and she was really broken. And I then said to her, listen, this is what I want to do for you. And she was like, but why me? She couldn't believe it. She couldn't believe that this was happening. I ended up paying directly for some of the treatment directly to Disc Oncology, because I wanted it to make sure that I could have raised all of this money. And people trust me to raise this money, but I wasn't making sure that it was going where it was meant to be going.
Wow.
So I literally would pay directly to Disc Oncology, and I couldn't pay for it all. But I did pay for some treatment, and she texts me and she says, "Hi Plax," because she was also applying for medical aid, and she kept being rejected. I've just been approved by my medical aid. I'm gonna cry. Okay. And they said that they will pay for my Herceptin, right? And she says that God is great all the time. You became an angel sent by Him, and I'll forever be grateful. May 2019 be filled with all the desires of your heart. I mean,
jeez, that's everything.
That makes the journey worth it.
Purpose.
Yeah,
right there.
Worth it. So I've decided to do it again this year. You pay 250 rand. You come and you exercise, which is good for you anyway. You raise money for someone and make a difference. And it doesn't have to be a big organization. It doesn't have to be, it could be you and me. This is you and me.
What date is it happening?
12th of October.
Where's it happening?
It's at the Park House of Events on 7 in Hyde Park.
Okay, time?
Very early, sorry guys, but 8:30 to 1:30. But we have Monique Fit. She is follow her on Instagram. She is even her exercise or functional training classes.
Very good.
Very good. Very demanding, and she's amazing, and she looks great. I want her body. Then we also have a fitness icon. They are more like a dance sort of, dancing and exercise sort of vibe. So I went to an event last year and they were there. So both Monique Fit and Fitness Icon are doing it like free of charge.
That's
and
amazing.
Just coming to do that.
That's amazing.
And then I have DJ Abby New Rock. She is amazing. Also, she's doing it for free. Sponsors: Salsa Mexican Girl. They were sponsored last year. They were sponsored again this year. The venue itself. So it's the Park House of Events on 7. We have JSN BMW in Bryanston. We have Front Page. It's a PR company.
Wow.
We have L'Oreal South Africa. Yes, and obviously Fitness Icon, and also Monique.
That's amazing. Thank you. They're amazing.
They are amazing.
You're amazing. And I think the reason, and honestly, let me say this, the reason I believe a lot of people are buying into this, as you put it, or are willing to partner, is because I think you showed us this can really happen to anyone.
Yeah.
So you're powerful, and we're very blessed to have you.
Thank you.
And you are a survivor.
So you must stop talking now. I've controlled the tears. I've really controlled the tears. So we must just be done now. We must be done.
But on the real, you're amazing. Okay. And I love you. And I will be there at Pink Power. Yeah. And I've been training for Pink Power. That is me, because I refuse to get into that room. And then there's all these women just going for it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is, I'm not gonna be that girl. You know me. But I'm there. I'm gonna be there. It's a great cause. And I'm not even going to do that whole thing if you've got nothing better to do. No, it's not about if you've got nothing better. This is the best thing you can be doing. Not just for yourself as a woman. If you're a woman out there, men can get involved too. Of course. There we go. So if you're a guy, this is the best thing you can do for women out there in the world. And if you're a woman, this is the best thing you can do for yourself and others. This is just a great thing to do. Follow, like, share, repost, I don't know, pay for a billboard, like do whatever you need to do, but get the message out. And that's what we're asking for. So I love you.
I love you too.
And thank you for doing this.
Oh, thank you.
and this is the future, and it's amazing. And you know what? Life isn't all bad. It isn't all bad. We are inherently good, and I'm very blessed, and Plax is blessed, and each day is a blessing. So thank you so much for joining me on this piece. We will catch you super soon because I'll be sharing from the event, and I'm so excited about it. Yeah, we have to.
That's amazing.
Like everyone's just gonna no.
You didn't tell me this, yeah.
No, like just have.
No, I love it, thank you.
So we're gonna.
I don't have to ask you.
You don't. So we're gonna be sharing from the event, and we're gonna bring you some snippets so you can have FOMO and never do it again, never miss out again. There we go.
Thanks, Sophie.
Love you. Thanks for joining me, and we will catch you on the next one. Until then, be kind to yourselves, be kind to others. One life, one planet. This is what we've got. See you then.
Oh, bye.